good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful Saturday morning out here in the Mel Hambelton world, right, Scotty?
Yes, it is.
Anyway, Josh is off playing with the boys today. I got Scotty Gurman here with me and Nick Roberts from the racing side. So got a lot of things to talk about this morning. And as always, this is a call-in show. 316-462-3673. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, or you want to talk about anything in the racing world, you want to talk anything in the service, to talk to Scotty is one of our service advisors here at Mel Hambelton Ford. Love to take your calls and give you this great price package we give away for each and every caller. It's the only show I know you get paid to call in on. And so love to hear from you this morning and give you that great price package. And which one of you two is going to be able to rattle off what's all in that package?
I can't because I deal with it every single day.
Okay, let's check and see if you can.
Yeah.
Let's fact check it here.
All right. You get a oil change, which is using synthetic blend motorcraft oil. You get my favorite thing is the nitrogen in the tires. That's really important, especially when the weather's changing here in Kansas. That's very, very important. You get to purge all of your tires with air and get them filled with nitrogen. Then you get $10 to Mel's Diner, which we've got a pretty good diner. I don't know about you, but
I love our diner.
Yeah,
Brandon does a great job over the force.
That's right. And then you get what was another? Oh, goodness gracious, I'm gonna forget. No, you get son of a gun, the BG package. You get the Radio Winner BG package. That's
which products of BG are you getting?
I believe it's MOA, and then are we still doing no?
Ding ding!
Gosh darn it,
he missed it.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
The BG product package is a 44K, and a CF5.
Okay,
is what the two products are. And of course, we do a lot of times we change up a lot of different things for those packages at times too. But it's basically a 44K is a cleaner, and then the CF5 is a protectant.
Okay,
2 tanks of fuel is basically what that takes care of.
Yeah, happy to crash and burn on that. And then there's one more thing, if I remember correctly. Isn't there?
Okay, Mr. Furman says we're being picked up in the camera mic here, not coming through the headsets.
So that's not good.
Anyways, let's as we're getting started here real quick, and I'll try to adjust that here in a minute. I'm not sure why that's happening, but it is. Anyway, let's Scotty, I brought you into the show today because Josh is out having fun with his boys, and so I need you to talk about what I wanted you to talk about is
extended warranties.
Extended warranties. What about them? What do you see? All that good stuff.
Well, I got tons of experience with dealing with these, and as a service advisor, I deal with them very, very frequently. And the big thing with me is that it's always a running joke with everybody, which is everybody's calling you about your car's extended warranty, and it gets annoying. The thing is that we have these extended warranties that are very, very important to our vehicles, because eventually our vehicles are going to break down every single time. That's what's going to happen. And there's nothing that you can really do about it. As far as maintaining your vehicle, obviously you can do that, but you just never know when it's going to happen. Extended warranties are awesome. We sell them here at Mel Hambelton Ford, but as an advisor, they can legitimately pay for themselves over and over and over again. So I deal with them so often, and so many times I have tons of instances where they definitely save a customer money. And I know, Nick, you've seen it happen with yourself as well, about how many times a customer has been basically bailed out on a regular occasion of just having an extended warranty cover a repair that is several thousands of dollars, and it ends up paying for the warranty itself, right?
Yep.
And it also helps us as an advisor. we legitimately want to help you in any way that we can. And when a warranty will step in and pay for a large repair, somebody's paying for that repair. You know what I mean? So everybody's happy. If I can get a warranty to pay for a repair, the customer doesn't lose anything out of their pocket. The technician gets paid for the labor that he's doing. The parts department gets paid for the parts that they're gonna, have to do the job, and everybody's happy. So if I can have that happen on a regular basis, all we're doing is creating happy customers. And aspect. So yeah, they're great. And it doesn't matter. Warranties, there's several companies. I've dealt with probably 30 of them doing this for 11 years. But yeah, other than there's a solid few that I would probably not recommend, but
Okay,
They're
now
great.
everybody, real quick, I got to butt in here for a minute. Did
Yeah.
we fix the mics? I think I got it fixed. I just want to make sure. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we're fixed up. And
Okay.
running. So now then I can chime in on this extended
There
warranty
we go.
deal too.
That's because I was long-winded there for a second.
Sorry,
You're good.
I don't know why that keeps getting switched around, but it does on the setting side. But we got her fixed and ready to go. So
Okay.
anyway, the extended warranties. This is when I sell somebody a car. This is what I tell them every time, Scotty and Nick. I tell them, I promise you one thing that this car is going to do for you. It's going to break at some
Every
point
time.
in time. It's going to happen. And my opinion is the warranties are not out there to cover the powertrains anymore.
Mhm.
Everybody's powertrain, I don't care what real manufacturer you have out there today, if you maintain them, of course, I seen a 70,000 mile truck in the dealership just yesterday, lack of maintenance and going through some intensive repairs.
Yep.
And the next problem we've got is, the technician we're talking, is the warranty company going to cover it because of lack of maintenance? So we've got a big problem there going on there with
That's
that
right.
particular situation. Not our fault, not the manufacturer's fault, not the truck's fault. It's just the person just did not maintain their car from that part. And so anyway, as long as you maintain it, the powertrains are going to be great shape.
Mhm.
And Nick, I know when you're looking at parts and stuff too, you're not selling a ton of engine. You're selling all the things that go on the engine. You're selling all the sensors and the switches and the motors and electronics.
Mhm.
That's what fails, and that's what gets expensive. Nick, think of some of those expensive parts you've looked up to.
Oh yeah, and as the technology advances every year, it seems like with new vehicles, the parts don't get any cheaper. So
Yeah.
constant maintenance on things and having a good warranty to help pay for that, is huge.
And they like to put them in places where a technician has to take everything off
Yeah.
in order to get to it. That's the other thing is you run into it all the time. The part itself may be a $50 part. It really legitimately is. I think of blend door motor actuators all the time whenever you're talking about an inexpensive part where you have to pull the entire dash in order to get to it. And a lot of those warranties, they will cover something like that. And that's legitimately a $1,000 job for a $50 part. So you have to think of that, especially if you're not a experienced technician that knows what they're doing. It's going to take you quite a while in order to fix that. So that's a big thing too. And you're exactly right. As far as if there's anything that we can guarantee about a vehicle that leaves our dealership, new or used, eventually it's going to break, and it's always great to have those extended warranties to help you out. So
anyway, let's go to another step, Scotty.
Okay.
And let's go into we sell a warranty that Lisa and I put together to give the customer a great experience to cover it. I hate extended warranties out there and I fought this, when I was writing service and when I was a service manager and stuff too. Of a warranty company will tell you all the great things, how they want to cover everything. But then when it comes down to the repair, guess what? They're figuring out every way not to pay that repair.
Yeah, it's true.
Or the ones I love the best is saying axle seal leaks and the grease gets on the brake shoes. And Nick, you know as well as I do, the brake shoes are done, right?
Yep.
You got to replace the brake shoes too. Well, they won't pay for the brake shoes. They're only going to pay for the axle seal. Then the next thing is they won't even pay for the grease to refill the rear end back up full of deal.
Yep.
But the axle seal is what is a failed part. It is a covered item. And they won't do it. So that's where you got to be careful when you go out and you buy one or you look at one. If they're calling you on the phone or they're sending you something in the mail, if it's not from a good manufacturer, whatever, or the manufacturer's extended warranty, what do you tell everybody to do with that? I tell them to throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
Ignore it.
Shred it. You're exactly right. So many times we call that a causal part is what we call that. So what is the part that failed? What caused the damage? And anything that is damaged because of that part ends up getting replaced if it's a covered component. So all of the time that happens, and we have a warranty that we sell that's very good with that. And a lot of times they tell you, hey, can you take some pictures and send them to me and show me the evidence? And absolutely we will. If we can get anything like that covered, that helps the customer out, and that's what should happen.
Yeah. All right, let's get the phones ringing. 316-462-3673. Love to hear your questions about extended warranties, whatever you might have, or something on your mind you're not sure about. Scotty can answer them questions up for you real quick.
Sure can.
And Delbert Alt, good morning. James Furman, good morning. And you know what, guys? I'm trying to figure out what that starburst and that hat is doing up in the upper left-hand corner, too. I have no clue. I just text Josh and said, Josh, what's up with the starburst right above Nick's head there? I guess they try to say you need a hat, Nick, or what?
Yeah, something like that.
Must be.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get it off either.
I don't either. No, you can click on it all you want, and it's not going to move.
Oh, now I really did something.
Yeah, you did.
Let's hit the old escape button. There we go. We're back. There
Okay.
we're back. We're back now again, once again. God dang it. Darren McKim, good morning. Okay. Yeah, so Delbert, I don't know what that stuff is up in that corner. I don't know. I have no clue how to get there, how to get it off, or
Yeah.
whatever. Anything. I might go over here at the graphics. Is there something over here in graphics? Maybe we got that lit up or something. I don't know.
I don't know what you pushed. I don't know what buttons you like to push on this thing.
Does anybody remember when I think it's been there the whole show. I'm not sure.
Probably.
Yeah, Delbert, I guarantee you Josh is jacking one. This is what he's doing.
Probably.
Guarantee. Anyway, James Furman, and yes, James Furman has James Furman's videos. He goes out and records races everywhere, all over. I think I'm going to say the state of Kansas. I think he goes into Wheatland some. I don't know if he goes in Nebraska or wherever, or Oklahoma, wherever he goes. But yes, we renewed our partnership with James, and if his videos he does a great job and stuff. And James, I tell you, I go back and watch a lot of your videos when I'm racing somewhere else, and you're there at another track to go watch what happened or whatever stuff too. So James Furman, appreciate the partnership with you and your group. And if everybody doesn't know about James Furman videos, you need to jump out there and check it out. He's got a lot of great stuff to watch and stuff too, and does a great job doing videos for the racers out there and everything else too. So 316-462-3673. Let's get the phones. We're going to love to hear from you and everything else. Anything ailing your car, tires, brakes, batteries, anything about extended warranties. But now we're going to switch gears, and Scotty, we're going to come back to this warranty because there's a lot more I want to talk about that. But I want to get Nick involved here a little bit because we have some exciting news coming. But it's our race open house. And so, Nick, let's kind of tell everybody what we got going on, what's happening in Race Open House. And Josh just texted me. I have no idea how you got that. I didn't do anything. I just turned this thing on. I think you came in here last night, Josh, and you put that on there.
He sabotaged you, man.
He did, didn't he, Nick?
Yep.
I guarantee you he did.
Seems like something Josh would do.
It
Little
is.
prank. There's no pranks going around this dealership at all at any time, too, either. There's there, guys.
No, absolutely not. We don't condone that at this dealership.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Delbert, I guarantee you Josh did that. And he just texted me. I have no idea how you did that. Nice try, Josh. Anyway, so we got Race Open House coming up, and it's always exciting time because it kind of kicks off race season, ready to go. But Nick, when is it? What's happening? What's going on with the Race Open House?
February 18th. Well, we have a lot of great things going on and a couple of things that we can't talk about just yet. So you definitely want to watch and pay attention for that because last year we had an awesome guest and awesome things going on. And this year, hopefully we'll top it and make it even better. So we have a lot of great vendors that are new to the event this year and more that have been previously involved with it are coming back. So we've got all kinds of great vendors. Redline Oil is one that we've started doing a little business with that does a lot of stuff for motocross and it makes a lot of specialty oils for that. They're going to come and set up a booth. Maximum Oil, we've been selling a lot. Same thing, some motocross, off-road stuff. Have some great oils involved. They're setting up a booth and coming out. Renegade Fuel will be back again, talking about all the great fuels, benefits of running their fuel, or what fuel you may need for your racing application.
Let's talk about that just for a minute because we also have Sunoco, we have VP, but everybody's kind of got a difference of opinion on. It's kind of like Ford Chevy thing, which fuels you run. Will they have a tech guy here that can kind of really get in depth with their fuels and what's good, what's bad, and their formulas and that kind of stuff?
So yeah, they should have him come back just like last year, and he'll be able to tell you everything about it and what would be the great fuel for your application.
And Scotty, Renegade is not a good fuel for your Ranger.
Okay.
Okay,
All
just so you know, it's
All
not a good fuel.
A little spicy.
I'm not even lying. I had somebody say that they were going to put this stuff in like their car.
Oh yeah.
And we had the same phone call and we were like, yeah, don't do that. Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Okay, so anyway, back to Renegade. And again, we offer all those fuels, and it's just because everybody wants something different.
Oh yeah, and each manufacturer has their own fuel that's specific for a certain type of racing. You know, Renegade started with their ethanol branded fuels, and that was their market and their niche. You know, and VP's got some really great oxygenated fuels. All their fuels are great, but that was kind of their niche for a while. And Sunoco had some different ones too, and so everybody kind of was, you know, just like any type of racing, you had something that you were into, and that was what you focused on. And then as they focused, they grew. And then now, you know, every brand has everything under the sun. But obviously, you know, people like Ford, Chevy, or Dodge, or Toyota, or whatever you may like.
Exactly.
Same with fuels and same with oil. You know, we have lots of different oils on our shelves, and everybody's like, well, which one's the better one? Well, each one will have something that's better than the other, or for a specific type of application, and that's what makes it great.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so after Renegade, who we got next?
So we'll have Aeromotive. Aeromotive's a big one, partner with us every year. They come out, they do, they help us match and do some really incredible sales on all their stuff.
So what's Aeromotive? Tell our listeners what is Aeromotive Supply? What do they sell? What's their niche?
So they are a fuel system manufacturer, actually out of Lenexa, Kansas. So they're local to us. They make awesome fuel products, fuel pumps, filters, all kinds of retrofit applications. The fuel system in our turbo race car is Aeromotive's. Everything you need to power your race car, don't matter what type of race car it is. We sell pumps from them that go into side-by-sides in the off-road world, to drag cars, to dirt cars.
Yeah, well, I have their regulator on my race car.
Yep.
I don't run their. I don't know. Do they make a fuel pump?
So
that
now,
will-
so
are they
Aeromotive,
getting into that finally?
Yeah, Aeromotive purchased Waterman.
Okay.
And Waterman was a big deal. Their primary was belt-driven fuel pumps. Aeromotive always had a pretty good, their black or their red system pump. But Waterman always had a lot more options and some dirt track stuff. And so now that they've got into that in their partnership, there is a lot more fuel pumps available.
Well, let's see. With my car, I've got to have a combination pump on the front of my motor, being a fuel pump and a power steering pump built together. So, do they have that option yet? Are they still working on that? Or
I believe that is something they're working on yet.
okay, good. So I'll have to stick with where I'm at with that, but I will have their regulator for sure.
Yep.
Okay, so what else is coming up?
So another new tire manufacturer we're kind of working with is a Turo Tire, and they
Explain what a Turo is so everybody kind of knows. And again, we offer, Scotty, you know how many makes of tires? It's 17 or 18 or something like that. Different makes of tires we offer.
I know that we have a tire warehouse that you can play baseball in. That's about what I know.
Well, yeah.
not anymore. It's too full.
Oh, yeah, that.
It is
Yeah,
pretty
that's true.
full. But anyway, we offer, with the Ford program and everything else out there, at least 17 or 18 different makes of tires for you. So we've got something for every application. And this Turo is just another niche that we've got into, because we want to sell everybody all their tires, along with the Hoosiers, along with the, of course, we sell American racers too, because there's guys, that's what they got to have and everything else too. But this Turo is a new tire that we've just taken on. Do we have them in stock yet?
We have a few, and we have more on the way.
More on the way. So let's tell everybody what a Turo is and what their niche is and why we took them on.
So
You need to know this too, Scotty. This is going to be a tire you can really sell on the service drive too.
This is a learning experience for me right now.
So
Yes.
I started personally running to Turos a few years back. So anybody that knows my trucks, usually they have big wheels on them and big tires on them. And my last truck, had 24-inch wheels that ran 37, 13.5, 24s. And finding some tire manufacturers that make that big of a tire is hard. So a Turo started out filling that niche. They had, the big wheel package tires, stuff like that you just couldn't find anywhere else. So I had really great luck with them. I've pulled heavy trailers to races with them. I still run them on my truck now, my new truck. Great tires, but the big push with them is they came out with a new drag radial, and everything that was tested and all the information that's out on them was great. And so I started quizzing them about it a little more and more. And Hoosier does not make yet a true DOT legal drag radial. The only company in the market was Mickey Thompson that did that. Well, with Mickey Thompson's acquisition with Goodyear, availability is almost impossible for anything Mickey Thompson.
Yeah.
So we needed something for all the guys that come in here that buy Mustangs or Camaros or whatever they have that have mild to moderate horsepower cars that need a good tire to work. And we just didn't really have anything to fill that need. You have some Nitto stuff, and they may be great for certain cars, but a lot of things they don't work well in. So a Turo was that next stepping stone. And
Do we have some of those in stock yet?
So he's actually bringing some down with him, and we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to have a free set to give away
An open house?
at the open house. Yep. They offered to throw out a free set. And
That's
And again,
awesome.
Scotty, they don't go on the Ranger.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
No.
They're not going to fit the Ranger.
okay, fine.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
they're going to give away a set there, and then we've got a big order with them. This was a new tire for them. They've been trying to fill all the orders and stuff, so we've got a bunch coming, and they're in the popular sizes. The 18s and 19s, the 20s, all the late model stuff that runs the big wheels that need a good tire. that's where they're going to fill in real well with us.
That's awesome.
So we just keep adding to our repertoire, you want to even call it or whatever, of all the stuff we have to offer here at Mel Hambelton Ford. And, last weekend we were down at the Chili Bowl, and we put a booth down there for the first time and stuff too. And we were handing out our bags and stuff like that too, and had a great time down there, met so many people and made so many more new friends and stuff down there. And from that standpoint, but the conversation always comes up is Ford, because you got those guys who are diehard Chevys and just hate Ford.
Oh yeah.
Of course, you got the Ford guys that hate the Chevy guys and all that kind of stuff too. But always that conversation comes up, and then after they realize that we're selling everything, and I had a guy come up to me and said, "Hey, I can't get Mopar parts." Guess what? You just found we can get your Mopar parts.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that's a niche about us, and we have renamed Mel Hambelton Racing, not Mel Hambelton Ford Racing, just named it Mel Hambelton Racing. Because it's not just Ford. It's everything you can imagine, whether we're doing dirt, drag, or whatever. But again, just trying to add stuff to it and from that part. So who's next, Nick?
Rod End Supply will be back showing off all their different rod ends and heims and stuff that we sell every day. We sell tons of them in the store. They'll be able to point you in the right direction if you have something that's very specific on how you're using it, what type of application. They can show you which model of rod end would be the best for you. AFCO will be sending out everything, just set up a display to showcase some of their new products, shocks, and so on. And so will Wheelwood. So we'll have some awesome stuff from them.
Okay, we got Delbert coming through on the line here in just a second. We'll wait for him to get patched in here next. We might have to cut you off here in just a minute. Depends on when Delbert gets patched through here real quick. So Scotty's got the phone ready to go, and we'll get him patched in here in just a little bit from the girls getting him patched through the front desk too. So anyway, Rod End Supplies, those guys, they were down at the Chili Bowl, got to talk to him quite a bit and everything else too from their side. But they've got that unique, in my opinion, that Rod End Supply. It's extra wide, and it's got that seal in there that each time the joint moves, the ends move, it cleans it. It's when you're in the dirt world, that's crazy good. But that thing is so much wider than the regular ones, and I guess we got a call.
Yeah, we do. That's him right there.
You do.
Delbert, what's happening?
Good morning, gentlemen. How we doing today?
Perfect. You?
Not too bad at all for a nice, beautiful, rainy Saturday down here.
Is it raining down there in Oklahoma?
Just very slightly. We're supposed to have a chance of rain till about noon, and then it should taper off.
Taper off. What about temperature-wise? You getting any ice or snow?
No, we're going to stay warm enough, I think, this week until Tuesday. That's another story. But for today, we're going to be warm enough to stay pretty nice. I think we're going to be in the 40s today.
Well, that's good. Yeah, we're going to be in the low 30s, so it might get a little icy on us, but hopefully that's all gone by the time it gets to that temperature too. So, so anyway, Delbert, last week we were at the Chili Bowl, and I was trying to help you get some tickets and stuff there. Did you end up ever getting any tickets to get to the Chili Bowl last week?
No, there was none available, so I never made it up there. But that's okay.
I get it.
We get they were all sold out, so you couldn't get any. And if you went up there to get the pit passes, you would have had to have a ticket to get that. That's what I found out. So
I didn't realize that. I don't think you can get a pit pass without a ticket, but you can. You got to have a ticket to get a pit pass, huh?
Yep.
Learned something new there. And I'm sure you could have came and got out there.
I can always order them. Order them ahead of time, apparently.
Yeah, you do it. It took me 2 years to get the tickets that we've got now and stay in line to get those tickets. And before that, what we would do is we'd go stand out there on the street corner and have a little scalper sell us a few tickets is what we did. But you paid through the nose for those tickets, I can tell you.
I'll bet you did that day.
Yeah. So
extended warranties. I'll tell you my story.
Yeah.
On extended warranties. It's been unfortunate I haven't been able to purchase a car from Mel Hambelton during the times that I needed one. The last one is my Fusion that we've talked about before on the show, and it's a 2020. Bought it from a dealer in Purcell, Oklahoma. I won't give the dealer's name because they have closed.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Yep.
They're in Kansas City and they're in a town in Texas too. And it's I hate to use the word national, but they're in two states. They're up in Kansas City and Kansas somewhere. But anyway, I went to get the information on the two extended warranties, if you will, that I purchased when I bought the car. And that's when I found that they were closed this week, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
Lovely.
So when I call up to the Kansas City office, who should have the paperwork, because that's their main office, nobody knew what I was talking about, other than the fact that they knew that it was closed, and they had some lady down here taking phone calls. I'm like, no, that's not good enough. So anyway, my suggestion for anybody that does buy an extended warranty from anywhere, including Mel Hambelton, is to get the information up front, so you know if you have to use it, what you need to do. So if it's a Ford warranty, that's easy. You can go anywhere. But if it's some other company, like in my case, get that information up front, so you don't have to worry about when you need it, how to get the information, and you got to wait all that time to find it. So I'm in the process of trying to get that information for my rims.
Okay.
Just to get a couple of
Do
rims replaced.
So you don't even know the company name at all?
No, no. It was even on the contract when I bought the car. It's just listed as 2 different warranties.
Okay.
And 2 different costs.
So
they weren't extremely expensive.
Sure.
So it wasn't a big deal there, but it's like, if you want to use them,
right,
how do you get to them?
Well, so just doing what I do on a daily basis, I would say that nationally, there's maybe a total of 8 or 9 extended warranty companies that most dealerships use, if they are aftermarket companies. If I have your VIN and your information, I would guess that there's probably an 80% chance that I could figure out which one without having you get a hold of whoever you need to get a hold of. So
well, I'll send Phil in his Facebook Messenger so you can do it that way.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be more than happy to make those phone calls.
Send it to Phil and do that. But
send it to me and we'll get.
It's kind of funny, the dealer closes and you can't get a hold of anybody because there's nowhere to nowhere to call. And if it was just by chance just a dealer that didn't have any affiliation with anybody else, you'd really have an issue.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said, get the information prior to leaving the dealership after you purchase the vehicle, whatever it is. That way you have it and, put it in a file somewhere safe where you can get to it when you need it.
Right.
Agree 100% with that. You should leave the dealership with the paperwork in your hand. I agree. So let's send that to me, Delbert, and we will get
I'm on it.
Scotty diving into that, try to figure out who that is or whatever from that part and get you taken care of.
That sounds like a great idea. I wish I could find my dang paperwork for the contract. I'd send you that too, just to kind of see what it looks like.
Give me the VIN. I'll figure it out one way or another.
All right, cool. That sounds like a great idea. So the Chili Bowl, who won? Y'all haven't talked about that.
God dang, what's his name? I can see his face and everything. He won everything. He won the pole dash. He won his heat race. He won the everything, and then he led the whole race. God dang it, what's his name? Cool dude,
the red
though.
And white car you're talking about?
Say again?
Was it the red and white car?
Yeah, it's red on one side and white on the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheney.
I
God
can't
dang
remember
it.
his name either.
Anyway, yeah, great kid, and excited for him to win and stuff too. And it was a good race between 1 and 2. Thorgerson was up there really good. I thought that maybe he was going to get a nudge and push him out of the way, but he didn't. He drove him a clean race and everything else too.
Cool,
So,
that's awesome. I love those races. I'm going to try and go next year, even if I can't win tickets or anything like that. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
So, got to try now though, because they sell out.
Yep, I get it. Okay, buddy. Thanks for the call, and we'll get Scotty's.
Thanks for taking my call.
We'll get you on the line there and get figured out who's your warranty is and get you fixed up, buddy.
It's actually on my insurance card, so I can just take a picture of that.
Yeah. Just send it to me and I'll get it. I'll do some working.
All right, Delbert.
Have
a good time, buddy. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, we're going to get next up on the line here. We're going to grab Grant. Grant's going to be coming through here next, and we got Dan Holden on the line. So, Dan, hang tight while we get, Logan Seavey. There's the name. I knew I was coming up with that name there real quick. I knew it was something like that, Seavey or something like that. So, we'll get Grant on the line here, see what Grant's got on his mind this morning. 316-462-3673. Love to hear from you. And, Dan, hold on, please, while we get Grant going here, and we'll see what Grant's got going, and we'll see what Dan's got up his sleeve. While we're waiting on Grant, there he is right there. Good morning, Grant. You're live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
Howdy. I was wondering how long the new Mustang might be around, considering all of its competitors are stopping manufacturing.
Okay, well, I can answer that. 2024 is a brand new car. It's going to be here this summer. So I'm going to tell you the Mustang's around for at least another 5 years just because of that. When they come out with a new car and the money and everything they put into development of this new car. And I think with all the other, with Camaro and the Challenger disappearing, I think everybody still wants a muscle car, and you're still going to have a demand out there for that thing. So I think the Mustang's got a long live to go yet. I mean, we've got the Mach-E, which that drives me crazy. We named that thing a Mustang. It should just be called the Mach-E, in my opinion.
The Mach-E.
And so we've got that car, but I think that the rear-wheel drive Mustang like we have, eventually I think you're going to see a electric version of that car too. I really do, at some point in time or another. So I think the Mustang is here to live for quite a while. The new 2024 is a cool looking car. If you haven't seen it, jump out there. There's all kinds of videos everywhere on that car from that part. But, my disappointment that I got is for 2023 is the old car. They're building it just for 90 days is all they're building that car. No GT500 for 2023. And as far as I know, there's no GT500 even in the 2024 model. So we'll see if that car comes back or what they're going to do with it. Of course, the GT500 went away for a little while and then came back again too. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think the Mustang's here to stay. What do you think, Nick?
I think so too. I think that you have to, because even though the Camaro is disappearing, Chevy's putting a lot in the Corvette, and I think you got to have a competitor of some kind, and I think the Mustang definitely could be one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agree 100%.
I had another question.
Go for it.
So I looked up all online about the new Ford Mustang and stuff, and all I could find was the Dark Horse, but I couldn't find any on just the GT alone. So what's the difference, really?
Well, they haven't let a lot out. I've seen the Dark Horse in person on a show that we went to for Ford. And basically, the Dark Horse is a non-street legal race car. Going to be around 500 horsepower is what they're kind of telling stuff too. But I don't think all the details are out about exactly what that Dark Horse is. At least they haven't said anything to us about that from that part. But the Dark Horse is just another off-road drag car, street car that you can't put on the street. That's going to be pretty fun to go take to drag strips and road courses and stuff like that.
Okay.
There you go.
So you're saying is don't get the Dark unless you're planning to do drag strips. Got it.
Right, unless you want a ticket.
Unless you want a ticket. Unless you want a ticket. Not good on that standpoint either.
Right.
So.
Well, thank you very much. That
No
is
problem.
very enlightful.
Okay, buddy. Thanks for the call.
Appreciate it.
Okay, let's get some. I got another call. Got Dan hanging on the line here, and let's see. So let's see if we can get Dan patched through here real quick. If I got more text coming at me here in a, you know what? Okay,
You're the most multitask person ever.
Grant. No, that was Grant who we need to get Dan on the line.
Dan, yeah.
So Dan, I hope you're still holding. We'll get Dan patched through here real quick and stuff too. But yeah, I got more text coming at me. Don't say it, Scotty. Can't say that on the air, Scotty.
I know, I didn't.
Okay, 316-462-3673. Let's get Dan passed through here, see what on Dan's mind. Then we'll get back over to Nick here and finish up everything that we got going on the race open house coming February the 18th, 9 to 4. And the other thing I'm going to tell you is there is all kinds of things going to be giving away, prizes and stuff, so you don't want to miss out being here. Here we go.
There he is.
Dan, you're live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
Yeah, how are you guys doing this morning?
Dan, I'm doing pretty good, buddy. How are you?
Is it good? Good. Is the snow coming down there?
Nah, it's raining. It's kind of
snowing here, pretty good.
Oh, really?
Is it snowing in Hutch?
Coming down pretty good.
Really? Is it collecting on the ground
You
yet?
guys will probably get it a little bit later.
Yeah. Is it sticking?
Do it now?
Is it sticking?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather have it rain, but we need the moisture.
Right. That's no kidding.
We do. Hey, I wanted to call and tell you guys we had signed up with a company, and it's, if you don't mind, I'll give the name.
Okay.
Car Shield.
Mhm.
Beware.
Okay.
We did a couple things within. The first one was horrible, and the next one was worse. That guy brought a Camaro in and had the warranty, and we had to wait for them to send a water pump.
Oh yeah.
4 days.
Mm-hmm.
The guy was beside himself.
Yeah, I'm
So
going to
anyway, I
tell you.
went ahead and canceled. I told them I wouldn't work on there for them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dan, I'm with you 100%. As soon as you said that name, I kind of cringed because I know we've had some, because we'll want honor, help anybody with any brand of warranty they have.
Right.
And trust me, I've
Right,
already
right.
been down that road with the Car Shield and getting a customer mad on our service drive at us. And I'm going to say, sorry, we didn't say that thing.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be mad at who sold it to you from that part. But yeah, there's so many bad warranties out there and different things like that it hurts the guys that have a good warranty.
Mm-hmm.
And it hurts the repair shops that have to try to
Absolutely.
repair these cars and stuff too.
Yeah. And
It's just like you have to call them at least 3 times, and then it's just we'll send the water pump, and then they wouldn't even pay an hour labor. So I'm like,
yeah.
we're done.
Yeah.
I fixed the guy up, got him on the road, ate a little bit of whatever it was, and I told him, I said, this is not a good deal.
No.
Yeah. And it kind of puts dealerships kind of in a handcuff situation because all you're really wanting to do is take care of the customer and get them fixed. And they
Right.
want a nickel and dime sometimes whenever they want to send you their own parts, which are going to probably be lesser quality parts as opposed to parts coming from the manufacturer. And then a lot of the times,
That's all I was thinking too.
yeah, a lot of the times they're going to end up not covering a rental car for a certain amount of days. And if they're sending you stuff, then you're kind of caught into a corner. And as a dealership, I mean, we will obviously want to make it as stress-free experience with any customer that comes in here. So it really does. It puts you in a bind, and that's unfortunate that they did that.
Yeah, and you express, your labor amount with them, and then they agree on it, and you get the check. It's half that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing I'll find out is they'll only pay a certain amount of
I just
labor.
ate the whole thing, got him back on the road, and I called him up a couple days later and said, "Please cancel me. I don't want to do any more repairs for you guys."
Yep.
Jeez, that's too bad.
Agree with you 100%,
And when
Dan.
I signed up, they sent me this nice bag and all kinds of stuff,
Yeah.
welcome to Car Shield and all that. But after that, it went downhill real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. After the sales service just went to nothing.
Yeah,
Yep.
but they advertise it a lot. And I just want people out there to know to be really, really careful.
Yeah, I hear those ads on TV, on
But
radio.
I know the warranties you guys carry are really good, and people don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. And if they ever have any questions, I mean, I'm always open. If somebody comes in and wants to talk to me about extended warranties and which ones to go with, listen, I deal with them on a daily. So if you have any questions, you know where I'm at. Come and ask me questions. I'll be happy to tell you my experiences with every single one of them. So
Right. Because you guys do I'm sure a lot of work for them from the companies.
we do.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
And when you were at Hamilton LaGreca, I brought a Corvette in there, and you did several things under the warranty I had on it, and they covered it. Back then it worked great. I mean, got my car all fixed up. They even fixed the power window motor and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course, that was years ago.
Yeah. That was a few moons ago, wasn't it, Dan?
Yeah, it was. Sure was. Well, you guys have a good day, and I'll let you guys go.
Dan,
All right.
thanks for the call,
Thanks
buddy.
for the call, Dan.
All righty.
Talk to you soon, buddy.
Bye.
Okay, got all kinds of questions coming up here. Nick, I got one for you, and I don't know how we answer this, but I guess we'll figure it out because I don't think I know, and I don't think you know when I answer this. When Terry asked this question, are you guys still involved with KID? Will they be opening this year? You got any words of wisdom, any insight at all there or whatever? Because I'm going to tell you, I don't.
Pray for KID. That's all I can say. We are not involved with them currently. I'm definitely not involved with them. Unfortunately, some things happened. Goose is no longer the leaser of that track. There's a lot of negative stuff that's been said. All I can say is it's the internet. Don't believe everything you hear. But unfortunately, the lease has not, at this time, to my knowledge, been renewed with anyone else, or it may not. So yeah, there's no current news that I've heard or been hearing that are good coming out of KID for next year.
Well, I sure hope they open up and do something out there to get something going because this town needs a drag strip. And, we had that great event out there with Race the Police and want to do that again this year. Again, that was a ton of fun. We did it 2 years ago when it was a great event, packed the house, but the police didn't know what to expect. And then the second year, boy, we raced the heck out of it. I think every other run was a police car going down the track.
That's awesome.
And they had a blast out there. And of course, the sheriff's department came in. So I'm hoping this year I hope they open up so we can do that race police again. That's a great community involvement. And and everything else too. So let's, like you said, pray for something going on at KID. We need a drag strip in this town. And then I guess if it does go away, I guess the next closest one is Arc City, right?
Arc City, yep. And I think the people that run the Equalizer out there by Yoder, the old abandoned airstrip, they'll be doing a bunch of racing this year. That sounds like so. There'll still be options, within 45 minutes or so. It's disheartening not to have it in your backyard anymore.
Agree with you 100%. 100%. So. Okay. Anyway, 316-462-3673. Love to hear from any of your questions you got. Maybe it's about the drag strip. Maybe it's about the extended warning or our race open house coming up. 316-462-3673. Rex Strigger. Here we go. You ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
Will you guys be performing the retrofit for the Plasmoid Thunderstorm thrusters on older cars? Scotty, you know what that is?
Nope, not a clue.
How about you, Nick?
Nope, not good.
Okay, Rex used to be a tech for me back in Hutch, and Rex watches every weekend, has some great stuff half the time. He kind of roasts me every now and then, too.
Well, you deserve a good roasting.
Whoa, Scotty. Hey, Nick, we can find a good service right? Come on, looking for one here in a minute.
Did you see the question earlier about the Hunt for Horsepower video?
Oh, I missed that one. Oh, yeah, I did see it. Mr. Furman, the last Hunt for Horsepower, it wasn't very good, was it? We kind of smoked that old 5.0. I don't know. The motor's apart, sitting outside of our showroom here on the parts, outside the parts there. It shows what happened there. But a couple differences of opinion. We do know we broke a piston, but it wasn't because of lack of fuel or anything else like that. I think after seeing it and everything else like that, you tell me what you think, Nick, is from the factory, the ring gap was too tight to handle all the pressure that we were putting in that cylinder, and basically just expanded it too much and couldn't take it and broke that ring land off is what I think happened. Now, what's your opinion?
Absolutely. I think that one probably either was a little tight from a tolerance from the factory to begin with, or with really there was not a lot of miles on that car either. We took it straight off the showroom and started beating on it like it owed us money, and it took every bit of it.
Like it owed us money. How about that one?
That's pretty good.
How about that one, Scotty?
I like it.
So,
and we did. I will tell you, we did do that. Well, we put 1,000 miles on it. Josh drove it back and forth to Haven quite a few times, putting some miles on it before we.
Josh got a pretty heavy foot.
Yeah, no kidding. That dude shoveling snow is like in his own race in his head.
Yeah.
He's taken out a fence or two while trying to shovel snow in our parking lot.
I think it was just a fluke thing. I mean, stuff happens like that. It could, it could have been a Friday at, the last engine produced type of thing, and maybe didn't get double checked. It could have been just a fluke deal from us. I do know in the burnout, the boost spiked a little bit, not to what I feel was completely unsafe, but clearly that's when it happened. So.
Yeah. So anyway, we went back with a different motor. So real quick, we can touch that before we get back going on the race open house, finishing up there. But we put another motor in it. So tell everybody what we put in that thing.
We put a Ford Racing Illuminator long block in it, and this is a built for boost engine. It's one of our supercharger class motors. It's 9.5 to 1. Has a billet piston that's ring gap for boost and billet rods, and topped with some head studs. So. It's definitely able to hold a lot more boost and a lot more power than any factory rated engine.
Okay, so we'll see. We haven't put it on the strip yet, so I think really what I'd love to do is cock the BG again. Let's go put it on the dyno over there and just kind of see how it does and get it tuned in before we hit the drag strip with it. Now, who knows where we're going to go do that at, but we'll figure it out see what this new Illuminator motor can go do with us and everything else too. So now let's kick back. We got all, not all the way through everything. Our race open house, February the 18th. 9 to 4, going to be all kinds of things going on with prizes. So you want to get here and get registered up. We're going to have all kinds of specials. Jordan Whitehead will be here with Chandler Dan's cooking for us. Not sure what's on the menu yet, but I know it'll be good stuff when we get done with that. So
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's good.
Yeah. So Jordan will do us a good job cooking for us on the 18th. So where do we end up? Rod End Supply, I think, is where we left off at, right?
Yeah. So AFCO will be sending stuff to set up a booth. Unfortunately, they couldn't send anybody out, but they're going to send information and parts and stuff to set up a booth to showcase some of their new products, new shocks. I think some dirt track products that they do. And then Willwood will be doing the same thing. So Willwood's got a new set of brakes that are out, some low drag stuff that they're going to send.
Is that for drag or is that for dirt? Or do you know?
It'd be for drag racing.
Racing, some low friction.
Yep.
Don't want to stop them cars, huh, Scotty?
No, you don't. Just let them keep on going.
Yeah. Yeah, just let them keep on going, right?
Keep on going.
So yeah, we'll have and we're still working with a few more. Like I said, I got a few phone calls in on Monday with some other vendors. I know as soon as Nick gets back, he's got some that he's talking to. We've got a lot of great cars that will be on display like we always do. And then weather permitting, I'm sure we have a lot of other things that will be really, really cool. So,
Yep. So anyway, some exciting stuff there. And
where is this? Is this at the warehouse, or is this here at the main dealership?
main store.
Main dealership. Okay, just making
Here,
sure.
be here at the main store and stuff too, so you don't want to miss it from that part. So is that kind of everybody kind of got wrapped up there from everything else too. So we are going to have a pretty. I can't say what I want to say there. Anyway, a pretty cool announcement coming on the open house that I think is going to blow the world away. When we show what we're going to announce on, we forgot what time we're going to do that yet. Probably noon, something like that, or something. I don't know. Maybe it'd be right at 9 o'clock. I don't know. Maybe we have to do it on the radio.
That's
We'll
the
do it on the
biggest
show.
That's the biggest jerk of a thing to do. That's the guy that basically goes, "Hey, I got something I really want to tell you,
but I can't.
but I'm not gonna."
I can't tell you. I
Just
got
beat it out of him.
Suspense is coming. The suspense is coming. So just get ready. And Scotty, you're going to like it too. I can tell
I'm
you.
sure I'm going to. There's not a single thing that you are behind in some direction or whatever that I don't like. So, all right.
So yeah, it's going to be fun. We got a huge announcement on the February 18th at the show. You'll want to be here. Is what I'm going to tell you. That's what I think. I think you want to be here
For sure.
Saturday morning to see what we're going to. God dang, I almost split it out. Crazy, isn't it? So anyway, race open house, February 18th, 9 to 4. Love to see you guys. Yeah, I know, Rex. It's a big tease, and that's what I'm trying to do is tease you a little because it's going to be a huge deal. It'll be fun and everything else. I'm sure we'll do a live presentation of that when it goes live with the internet world and everything else too. So it'll be fun on February 18th for that huge announcement. And yes, it's a big tease with that plasmoid generator uses water pump to increase the hydrogen oxide to enrich the combustion process, and it's claimed to increase efficiency by 90%. I bet so, Rex.
I can tell he's worked for you in the past.
Yeah. Sure, yes.
For what it's worth, I've worked with Phil now for 11 years, and every single day is an adventure.
Isn't it?
It's a great.
Gotta have some fun. Nick, anything else? Yeah, we also of course, we're trying to sponsor everything we can to support racing, to keep these racetracks moving and stuff like that. We've got a couple more announcements too, probably coming down the road with some other dirt track stuff we got working on right now. We don't have it all completely locked, sealed, and delivered, but we will have some announcements on some dirt track stuff we're going to do. But one thing we are out there, it's the stock car race up in the Stock Car Classic, I think is what it's called. We're going to sponsor that. Those guys running the stock cars all over in Nebraska, and not sure they get into Kansas or whatever, but from that standpoint too. So that's going to be fun. And then Nick, you've got another exciting stuff we're going to take off with Race Week.
Yep, Rocky Mountain Race Week 1.0. We are your sponsor of that for the Unlimited class. So that'll be really cool. The Unlimited is the bad boys of the event, the fastest cars that will be there, and we're going to be there.
We're going to take the 21 Mustang. Nick's going to take that and race that. And what the whole thing behind it is, you have to drive the car to the track. You can't haul it or anything else like that. It's got to be driven to race these races.
Okay.
And it's a brutal deal. So it'll start day one in Great Bend at SRCA Drag Strip, and you have to make qualifying runs there and get a time locked in for whatever class you're in. Some of the classes are obviously unlimited. You can run as fast as you can. We're going to run in the 10-second True Street class, so we can't run faster than 10s. And so
got to dial her back a little bit, Scotty. Kind of like the Ranger, got to dial her back just a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
So we got to run it as close to 10:000 on the dot that we can, and then we will move on from there. And you'll make the drive to Kearney, Nebraska. Kearney, Nebraska. You'll do the same thing. Make a few passes until you get the number that you want, and get the average that you want, and then the drive from there becomes Vandermeer Speedway.
Oh, Colorado.
So you got to go to Denver. You got a whole day to drive to Denver. And it's a long haul. And then you get there and you do the same thing, and you try in that altitude, you try to make the passes you can.
That's always fun. And it's hard to get that altitude dialed in, isn't it?
Yep. And then the next day you get an awesome drive to go through the mountains and come down into Pueblo.
Mm-hmm.
And so you drop elevation a little bit. So it'll be a little easier to get your number out of it. And you do go from there. Then you get the long haul across the western Kansas plains back to Great Bend. So it's a whole week of driving your race car, making passes, driving your race car. And I did it quite a few years ago, and it's a blast. The camaraderie and friendship involved, because you're not directly heads up racing anybody. You're racing a number in your class. So, during the way, on the way, there's going to be cars that are getting broke down and things that happen. I mean, these are race cars, and everybody is so willing to stop and help, and it's a huge friendship, that comes out of it. And that's the thing in the drag racing world that's kind of started to go away, is the competition's gotten so heavy, and the money is so big in a lot of classes that you don't have that anymore. I don't know about your dirt track world if that's the same way, but the drag strip has definitely gotten that way. So it's always fun to do a race like this where everybody's still buddies, and you make the trip together and you drive with your friends, and it definitely makes things a lot more enjoyable.
Well, excited for that. This is our first time to be involved in Race Week, but it's been around for many years, right?
Yep.
So excited to be part of that. And again, branching out, we'll see what the 021 Mustang can do. We got to find a driver, Nick. Scotty,
Yeah.
who we can find to drive that race
I
car.
can tell you, not me. Yeah.
Sorry, Nick. Just give me a little. Got to have some thick skin around this place. Yes, Nick's going to be driving the Mustang with us. I might have to sneak off to Great Bend when you're over there too and see what you're doing. Not sure I'm going to make the haul all the week, all around or whatever, but who knows? Might get Josh get the plane fired up, come meet you.
There you go. You'd have the easy ride, huh?
Yeah,
no
exactly. Not on the way.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, race week coming up, that sort of thing. Gentlemen, we're running about out of time, so we need to think about anything else we need to talk about this morning. Scotty, anything going on in the service department? Anything happened? I always do this to Josh every week. Is there anything happened in the shop today this week that you can tell somebody that happened that shouldn't have happened, or save them some money, or anything weird or whatever from that part?
It happens at least once every month, and it's one of those situations that it's not a fun thing to do. If you have an all-wheel drive vehicle and you end up replacing tires, don't do 2 at a time. Don't do it.
Yeah.
It happens every single month. There's always that one customer, and that's a situation that we try to help as much as we possibly can. But if you've got an all-wheel drive vehicle, it's all the time, and you put on brand new tires on the front, trying to save money as far as pushing out the back tires, don't do it. You're going to end up costing yourself a lot of money. It's just going to happen. You're going to overheat the PTU, and that's
PTU. That's the kind of like a transfer case.
Yeah, it's basically a transfer case. So,
well, I've seen that happen many years ago too. That happened all the time when people would do that, put the wrong size
or that, yeah,
from that part. So always remember, it's not just the size of the tire; it's all the things that go into the plies of the tire, the speed of the tire, all kinds of different things from that part. And that's what I love with the tires we have here: 17, 18 different models. Now we picked up the Arturo line. Any tire you need, I promise you, we can get it. Whether it's for a go-kart.
Mm-hmm.
Even at semi, we had guys asking about semi tires and stuff like that too. We got you covered on the tires, price match guarantee, everything on that standpoint. So, and Rex Triggero's getting funny again. Phil can drive, but he'll need a phone book to sit on. Hey, we got a power seat in that car. I get that seat up there high enough. I've drove the car, so let's.
He's taller than me, Rex. So,
but I wasn't driving it when it blew up. Who was? You know who that was? I do. But anyway, stay tuned for Hunt of the Horsepower. We'll get that fired back up when the weather turns around with us too, and see what that car is going to do. But it's going to be fun to see what Race Week does with that car and see what you can pull off there, Nick. And is there any big money to be earned in that deal or not?
Each class has a pretty decent payout. I don't think there'll be. I haven't seen them announced on the exact payouts yet. I think it'll be probably closer to the event. But it's definitely much better than Drag Week. Like Drag Week, you don't get anything; you just get a coat, and that was hot horsepower or hot rods Drag Week or whatever. And so Matt Frost started Race Week, and that was a big thing. Is hey, we're gonna have some payouts, and everybody really enjoyed that because I mean it's an expensive trip for a lot of people, especially when you get into the really really fast cars. That's a lot of wear and tear on the vehicles.
It's an expensive sport.
Yeah, it is.
Jeez.
Every sport, I don't care what you're into. If you're going to be competitive, whatever, it's going to take a lot of money to do the racing and stuff. And anyway, gentlemen, the race open house February 18th. Don't miss it. I don't care if you're a dirt track or drag strip person or whatever. You want to be here. Huge announcement. Yes, Rex. It's a tease. Huge announcement coming February 18th. The race open house. Can't wait for the February 18th to get here so we can have that for you. But don't want to miss it. Going to be a great day. 9 to 4. We'll kick off the radio show on the showroom floor. And we'll have all kinds of drawings, and I promise you, at least we'll have prizes that are blow you away for what you can be here today. And then also all kinds of our suppliers will be here. We're going to have a few other things kicked off, I'm sure, before that show gets kicked off too, and have Chandler Dan's here cooking for you. So come out and enjoy a free meal and stuff like that too. From that part, guys, anything left to cover? Anything else at all?
If you have any questions on extended warranties, I'm in the service department. Come see me. I'll be more than happy to talk to you about it.
And the other thing I'll tell you, Scotty, too, that we talk a lot on this show is, we always get that call with, hey, it's not in my owner's manual. This owner manual didn't say this or whatever. Everyone remember, what's in your owner's manual is the minimum you need to do. It's not the maximum, or that's all you have to do. That's the minimum the manufacturer required for you to do, because all they care about is getting you through that warranty period, and that's it. Then they want to start selling you parts.
100%.
So remember that. If you want to get a good, protect your investment, maintain it like you need to, sit down with Scotty, let him show you how to build a maintenance plan, because I tell you, all three of us sitting here drive different driving habits, and we need a different maintenance package for how we drive. Mm-hmm. Sit down with Scotty, let him help you put together a good maintenance plan. And remember, every time you come in, let us do a multi-point inspection. Let that certified technician check that car over, make sure things are safe and ready to go, and let us catch things when they're small, so you can pay us now and don't pay us big time later. From that part, Nick, anything else on Race Open House? I think we've kind of covered it.
Nope. Just stay tuned. There'll be lots of cool things coming.
Stay tuned for Race Week on that side. Just stay tuned for February 18th for the big announcement. Also, here in a couple weeks, who knows, maybe next week or whatever, we'll have some more announcements with some of the other partnerships we're putting together along the track on the way from that standpoint, to make sure we keep the racing world living and burning up those Hoosier tires. Right, Nick? You got any Hoosiers on your Ranger, Scotty?
No, I don't have Hoosiers on my Ranger.
Well, we got a Ranger. We got a Hoosier we can put on his Ranger.
Oh, we can find something.
Maybe a drag slick. How about that? That'd look good on that thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd look great.
Hey, everybody. It's a great Saturday. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks for listening. And next week, if you got anything. Hold on real quick. Got a caller just jumped in. Let's get the caller here real quick. Got Marissa. Let's get that on here.
All right.
And we were signing off, and here we go. Here we go. So let's hang tight here just a second. We'll get Marissa on the phone here and see what she's got. Of course, we do got just a few minutes left, but that's okay. We'll see what Marissa's up her sleeve and what she's got for a question or whatever. And from that part, so we'll get her on the line here real quick. But anyway, I was getting ready to do the send-off, but let's do a little bit of that before we get Marissa coming through here real quick. But we need to thank the guys that help us get this program on and off each and every week, and it's BG Products, and we've talked a lot about their products already today. I started using their products. There comes Marissa.
There she comes.
Marissa, you're live with Under the Hood. Go ahead.
Okay, so I am just curious. So I have a car, and I was wondering if Mel Hambelton does like windshield replacements. Like a bird hit it and it's like real cracked up, and I didn't know if I could take it in and that you guys could order the part and get it to where I could get the new windshield there.
That is very true. We do all glass work, windshield replacement, rock chip repairs, all that kind of stuff too for you. Marissa, what kind of vehicle do you have?
It's a Ford Focus. I'm not sure. No, Ford Fusion. Sorry.
Ford Fusion. Okay.
And I'm pretty sure it's like maybe a 2015.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, after the show, we'll have Scotty call you after the show, and we can set something up. But I know we got a Fusion glass in stock, ready to go for you on that part too. But that is something we've branched into more in deep is glass repair. We're doing all of our stuff in house. We used to use Safe Light, and now we've got our own technicians and stuff to do it right in here in house and be able to not rely on Safe Light to be here when we need to be here. Now we've got a tech on staff every time that the hour that we're open. He's here to help take care of your glass needs on windshields, side glasses, back glasses, whatever it might be. So we'll have Scotty give you a call and get something set up and get your windshield fixed for you. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
You bet. Anytime. I'll be calling you here shortly. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You bet.
All right, let's sign off here real quick, guys. We got to thank our sponsors, which I was talking about, BG Products. I started using them back, I think it's 86, when I was cleaning fuel injectors on port fuel cars. And Nick, it was a lot of fun back then. Boy, it put out a great smell at the back. But now we got so many more technical things to clean and help keep our engines clean and moving forward. But BG Products, I'm telling you, you get what you pay for. They are great products out there. So if you want to keep your car running many, many more miles, come see us and let Scotty help you put down the BG Products. Of course, Nick can help you at the parts counter and show you all the good stuff they got there too. Big Corner Creative, all your advertising needs, anything you need to help your company grow, get bigger and better. Jesse's got a great team down there at Big Corner Creative. And if you need a web page design, you need Google advertising, whatever it is to help your business grow, vehicle wraps, window tint, race car wraps, whatever it is, Jesse's got a great team down there to help you grow your business. And of course, go to rent right inside here at Mel Hambelton Ford. Stan's got a great fleet of vehicles over there. We're trying to get him some more cars, but this inventory shortage is tough. So if you need something to 12 or 15 passenger van or get a little something more bigger to drive, make sure you get a plenty of notice ahead so Stan can get you ready to go from that part. And gentlemen, it's going to be fun race open house. Can't wait. Got a great announcement. Yes, Nick, it's another tease. So anyway, Scotty's got the music playing. I guess Scotty's trying to tell me I got to get off the air. What do you think, Nick?
Yep.
Time to go. Everybody have a great Saturday. Go Chiefs. Talk to you all next Saturday.